All right, everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we got a few things going on. I'm gonna start this off with a little maintenance day. So I wanna check the trans fluid. It might be a little low, I'm not sure. The trans feels fine, y'all saw the video. I drove it around town, it was good, but I checked the oil, it was a little bit low, like maybe half a quart low. So I'd like to top off the diff, top off the trans fluid, and Trevor, while he was installing the rear coilovers, he noticed that the fuel line is leaking. So I am going to cut that leaking part of the fuel line out and redo that so that I'm not leaking fuel, because that's not good. That's like the one leak that's super dangerous. So yeah, little maintenance day. And in this video as well, I got the tires. Trevor's got them right now. He's doing them at work. So he's gonna bring those for me later today, but the spacers aren't in yet. Those will be here tonight, so tomorrow I'll throw the wheels on, hopefully get this thing off the jack stands, finally drive it around town, lowered on wheels, dude. So that's gonna be cool, but this is gonna be, I'll do, 2 days in one video, whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the fuel line first. So here we are underneath the vehicle, and that's the leaking fuel line. Here, let me put this light down. Right here, it's leaking. You could literally see where it's like ruptured, dude. So all I'm gonna do is just take this clamp off, pull this line out, and you could see it's wet right there. So I'm gonna probably undo these clips, get it to hang a little bit. I'll get the pipe cutter, you know what I mean, cut it right here, put a barb right there, and then just do a rubber line, like replace this chunk right here with rubber. And as you can see, there is the brake line that's blown right there, so that's interesting. So one of these days I'll get around to it. I'll just replace this line. Yeah, I want to go drive it. I'll do it eventually. I'm not too worried about it. Maybe I'll go to Devon's and throw this on the lift, because Ruddy's lifts are taken, and he said he's super good at brake line. I don't trust myself. If I flare that, I think it's gonna leak. All right, so as you can see, I got the fuel line disconnected. Here is the cutter. I'm probably gonna cut it like here, just so it's easy to flare it with like a pair of pliers or something, but the rupture is like right here, nice and crusty up top. No big deal though. We'll get this thing chopped, put a barb in the rubber, re-hose clamp it, easy peasy. All right, so there it is. You can see the union right here. Nice rubber line all the way up to here. So I'm about to test it. We'll see if this leaks. If not, good to go. Looking legit. I don't see any drippage. Doesn't really look like a problem at the moment. I think this was a success. Well, good news, bad news. Good news is that I got the spacers today, so we'll be able to do that. Trevor's on his way with the wheels and tires, so we'll be able to adjust the coilovers, dial in the fitment, do all that. Bad news is I stripped the transmission fill plug, unfortunately, but in all these years, I've really learned my lesson, and I did not take the drain plug out. I tried to take the fill plug out. It's like seized. So it runs, it drives, it shifts fine. That was just a little precautionary thing that I wanted to do. So at some point, I'm gonna have to bring this to Devon's shop. I'm gonna crown him the E36 specialist. And I got a laundry list of stuff I wanna do to this thing. Ruddy doesn't have a short hex-headed socket to take the diff bolt out either, or the diff fill plug hole out either. So in this video, we will just do the wheels, dial in the fitment, do all that. Unfortunately, I really wanted to do the transmission and the diff, but it's not a super big concern. Like, I'm not really gonna daily this thing. I'm not gonna drive it very far. I'm not gonna drift it. So it's really not a super big deal to me. Just a little bit, little frustrating, but I had a feeling it was gonna be like that. This thing's a little rusty, a little crusty, if you know what I mean. So yeah, when we get the wheels in, I'll show that. We'll get the spacers going, and yeah, hopefully at least be able to get this thing on the ground. All right, check this out. I'm just playing around with the spacers. Look at this behemoth of a spacer. Absolutely beautiful, hub-centric and all. Look at these lug nuts. Look at how long that is. Here, we'll compare it to a stock one. Look at the difference. Crazy. And this was cheap. Straight off Amazon Prime. No big deal, dude. Jeff Bezos, dude, out here getting me that fire fitment. Look at the size of these lug nuts, dude. So much longer than stock. It's incredible. So, yep, now we're just waiting for the wheels. And Kyle said I can borrow his ramps. He's got like some GK Tech ramps because now this thing's probably gonna be low enough to the point where the jack won't come out from underneath it. So maybe we'll swing by his shop a little bit later today and pick those up as well. Well, I was able to whip up this quick, cheap, and easy bracket. As you can see here, bolts right to the top of the coilover, has a nice little hook in there for a hose clamp so that this can't flop too bad, because this actually isn't cracked or dry rotted yet, but over time, with this style air filter not being like kind of stable, this will flop up and down now that we have coilovers on it, and when you hit bumps, it's gonna have like a little bit of micro hop, which eventually, with the weight of this and literally no support underneath it whatsoever, will eventually tear this, because this elbow would be the only thing holding it together and preventing this from moving. So I just made a little stabilizer here, no big deal. All right, Trevor just dropped the wheels off. As you can see, we're missing one. He didn't have enough time to get that one done. He'll do it tomorrow, but we are already test fitting the wheels. I'm really liking what I see here. This is crazy. Look at that. Like straight up perfect. But that looks good. Oh man, now we need to get the front wheel on. Oh, are you going up or down?
I don't know yet.
The fronts are way too tall, so we're trying to match that rear energy. Y'all know what I mean? Slam the front, dude. Probably gonna have to bottom this thing out. All right, so this is where it sits for the night. It's getting a little late. I'm gonna go home, make some dinner. I'm gonna go stop at Kyle's shop real quick, grab the GK Tech ramps, but this is how it's looking. This can go a little bit lower. We're a little skeptical because we don't know what it's actually gonna look like with all the weight on the vehicle, but as you can see, there's a hand-sized gap there. I think, honestly, it passes the shoe test. Yep, you cannot stick the Walmart fake Croc in there. So it's looking good. It's looking good, I must say. Take a good hard look at that. This thing is gonna be absolutely sick as a little ice cream getter beach cruiser. These wheels are kind of sick. I don't know, we'll have to roll this thing outside, get some rollers to really appreciate it, but it's looking good. All right, next day, real cruddy outside. CT has just been getting dumped on the last like week. So much rain, so much humidity, absolutely obnoxious, but I'm sure the farmers are happy. I guess I can't complain because I like to eat fresh produce. Anyway, one of the tires I got, one of the tires has an unfixable split. It will not hold air, and it has a big split in it, like a long split that is not just a hole. You can't just put a plug in it. This tire, Rudnick and Mark actually tried to fix it, so shout out Rudnick and Mark. Trevor thought he might be able to fix it because he works at a shop that does a lot of tires. They do a lot of patches, so he has like special patches, special rubber cement, and he was confident he could fix it. However, unfortunately, it is an irreparable split in the tire, so I am currently on my way right now to go get another tire in Roxbury, Connecticut. So it's a little bit of a haul, but that's the price you gotta pay for cheap stance. I'm trying to show y'all how to get cheap fitment, cheap wheels, a nice cheap stance car that looks good for cheap. There's no excuse for your car to be looking like this. If your car looks like this, you're doing something wrong. You should be able to have something that looks good and is stylish for less than 1,500 bucks, basically. All right, new tire acquired. Definitely a pretty interesting marketplace deal. It was like a 70-year-old dude, and he had an M4 on HREs. He had like a burnt orange Mini Cooper. He had a Jag. He had a brand new Jeep, whatever this thing is. I don't even know what this is. I know it's a baller one though. Yeah, dude was a savage. Old dude just living life out here in Roxbury, Connecticut. So definitely interesting, But yeah, let's go drop this tire off at Trevor's, and hopefully I'll be able to put all 4 wheels on today. Finally take it off the jack stands. It's been a while. All right, so here it is. Not bad sitting on the ground. I think the front fits pretty good. Got it exactly where I wanted with the finger gap measurement to the lip of the rim there, but the rear I'm gonna have to lower another day. I gotta run the ramps back to Kyle because tonight he wants to adjust his coilovers as well. This is as it sits for this video right here. It is finally on the ground. It's looking good. It's definitely looking good. I'm pretty excited to do all the fall cruises. I don't think it's really show car material. Like, I'll roll out to the shows, but I'll never be like in the VIP area. I'm gonna park in the back, dude. I'm gonna park deep. So yeah, the rears, the coilover, how it's a spring and a separate strut, the spring is sitting on the adjuster. I'm gonna just take the adjuster out because the adjuster's all the way max low. And yeah, I'm gonna just take that out and I'm gonna just run the rear spring by itself, no adjuster. That should fix the back. But yeah, there it is. That is the E36 Vert on wheels, tires, coilovers, on the ground. It's looking pretty good. I'm actually pretty stoked with the budget stance here, budget little beach cruiser build. Definitely looking forward to a nice day because literally for the last week, dude, I don't even know. Like, it's been raining like bad for a week straight. So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to, I don't even want to take this out of the shop. But Ruddy's coming back. I think Matt should be here within the next 24 hours. And there's some stuff going on. Probably by the time this video comes out, the new Racer Miata video will be out. Maybe, I'm not sure what the upload schedule is looking like over there, but there's some pretty big stuff planned for the Racer Miata channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, dude, the beach cruiser, man, looking legit. I love it. I've said it before, but I love the Vert windows, like with the big gap here, dude. That is so sick. Like, it literally looks good just sitting here. Like, top up, it still looks good, but yeah, like I said, I'll clean up the rear fitment. It's definitely, it's hard to get it right the first try. It's definitely a game of guess and check, jack it up, lower it, wheels off, jack it up, you know what I mean? It's just bing, bang, boom, bang, bing, over and over and over until you are happy with it, but I got the fronts pretty accurately first try, but the rears, like I said, need a little bit more low. Anyway, before this outro gets too long, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace out. We'll see you in the next video.